Hello you guys, Pro Gamers is 4 here, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into a game that has had a very undeserved downfall from the internet. It's called Strinova. Real quickly though, I just want to apologize before getting in for my recent absence. I know my video posting schedule is very wonky. I'm going to try and post more. Been having a little bit of personal stuff happening, but I'm going to try and keep up to date with posting. And I'll try to get more videos of it best I can. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Most prominent question you guys probably have is, what is Strinova? Strinova is a Steam game released on November 21st, 2024, and it brings the well-known and loved Overwatch and Marvel Rival mechanics that you've seen in pretty recent times, like the Conquest mode, which is a cargo transport mode where defenders and attackers fight to stop or bring the cargo to designated areas. There's Team Arena, where teams fight to the death with one skill and weapons, while Team Deathmatch is a 3-person team battle mode where you only have 3 people on a team. Usually it's like 5 for the last 2 modes I just mentioned. This one is only 3 people, and 4 sets of these teams fight to get the most kills possible while avoiding a deadly zone that disables skills and damages players. That will slowly start to activate as more kills are gained and you get more benefits as kills are gained. It's actually my favorite mode that I like to play with my friends, probably one of my most favorite. What this game does differently, however, from Marvel Rivals and Overwatch, where you're used to the skills and doing all that stuff, and the only difference between Marvel Rival being superheroes, Overwatch being original, and recently falling hard because of the fact that they can't make a good game. Still mad about Overwatch 2, by the way. It brings Paper Mario style mechanics, where you can literally glide, wall climb, and literally turn into paper while recording, or reloading. Sorry, not recording. What am I talking about? While reloading. It brings all new ways to fight each other and makes for amazing plays that you wouldn't normally expect in a game that's... you just wouldn't expect it in something like Overwatch. But this game does it pretty good with paper mechanics, as you've probably seen in the little gameplay clips that I've been putting over my talking. Recently, Strinova has suffered a very undeserving, in my opinion, fall from grace in recent times. Its player base is still solid. Last time I checked, actually, I'm pretty sure they had like 2,000 some players. You'll see it in the thumbnail, but I'll also put up a picture of the charts as well as the player count itself. But it was unfortunately overshadowed by the release of Marvel Rivals. So that being so popular with Spider-Man and Venom and all that stuff, and everybody being so hyped about a new Marvel superhero-based game, a lot of people didn't pay attention to Strinova when it released. I saw it being talked about a little bit, but I didn't think it was as good to check out as Marvel Rivals. And it's only until recently that I actually checked it out and I was like, oh dang, this is a great game. Why isn't nobody playing this? Or why is there such low player counts? The game also appears to have a moderation issue, although slight. It's also during odd hours of gameplays. Personally, one time when I was playing, there was a player account that seemed to got hacked because it wasn't like a bot account, because it had a high level, it had skins and stuff, and it looked like it was genuinely played on, but it was spamming a bunch of obscenities and stuff, and putting political terms here at inappropriate terms there, and it would usually go Hakona and then blank, or character blank, and then it would say stuff that would obviously meant to anger players and provoke them by pissing them off in political terms, or just straight out spamming obscenities. Most of the players though just laugh about it because it's really not that big of a deal. It doesn't affect gameplay at all, and is simply just some loser with nothing better to do in his mother's basement. So yeah, there's something. Furthermore, I have yet to experience a hacker within my 32 hours of gameplay. I played this game for 32 hours, probably a little bit more when I actually go to film the gameplay clips that I'm going to do with this video. I haven't done that yet, but I played for 32 hours with my friends and stuff, which is basically well over a day. And even though I only play in an hour to 2 hour segments, since I cannot sit down and play games for very long, I need to take a break in between. Max is 4 hours, and then I'm yeah, no, I gotta take a break. Sometimes 2. But yeah, usually from what I know, there's not very many hackers, and even so, I haven't met one personally. But there, again, it's a online game, so obviously there's a possibility of there being hackers. Now here's another question you probably have. Is it fun? And yes, I believe it's insanely fun actually. I love the game. Especially when you have friends join you. I hop on a Discord call with a couple of my friends and like we just chill, we talk, and then we start playing Strinova, and we'll play a little bit Zenless Zone first or something, and then all of a sudden we'll hop on Strinova and we'll start gunning people down, joking around and stuff, yelling, having fun. It's all out just a great time. And with the fact that you get rewards for free constantly and they give you a fair amount of characters to start off with, you don't really feel like you're at a disadvantage, that you need to spend money to get at the right advantage to play properly and like actually have a chance. No, you start off, you have a fair chance, you have a fair amount of characters that you can learn a little bit of a different play style. Me personally, I like using Michelle, and recently I've been using Chio, I think her name is. I don't remember if we're too sure to be honest, but Michelle and Chio are my favorite characters right now, especially because I was trying to do a quest that unfortunately I didn't get to complete, but it's whatever. In the end, I still got the character and I did the stuff, which funny enough, they were giving out trials for the Chio character, and I bought the Chio character without using the trials, and I felt kind of silly after that, but that's my mistake. Furthermore, they do give you they do let you get a battle pass and stuff if you want. You don't really feel forced to have to, it's just extra skins and stuff, and you do get the option to pull for extra skins. But doing events and stuff, and even just playing the game straight out, you can literally earn these free skins and stuff easy. Like just playing the game in general, you can just earn it. You don't have to spend money. Furthermore, playing with friends also earns rewards, so through friendship levels. So if you play with friends, the longer you play with them or the more matches you play with them, you earn points towards your friendship level. And when you earn friendship level, like you level up from level 1, 2, 3, you start earning rewards, albeit if it's something to get a certain skin, level up a character, unlock a character. It could be wide variety of things. It could be anything, even a rank protection or a or what is the thing called again? SP win bonus as well, where you can get bonus SP for winning, but you can activate up to like 10 matches, I'm pretty sure. They also have an oath system, which is kind of like a dating sim type system, which is kind of weird for a gun game, but it's true, especially since the game heavily revolves around an anime style. They decided to go with an oath system where you can build up your relationship with certain characters. Right now, the 2 characters I know have oaths is Michelle and Celeste, and those 2 are pretty nice. You just get extra rewards and even skins and stuff with them. Really like Michelle. She's one of my favorite characters, so having an oath for her is pretty nice to unlock bonus skins. The game also likes to have events, like I mentioned, where you can just play the game or play as certain characters and unlock stuff. For example, Chio was an event where you play as Chio and you could unlock events, and if you got all 7 tasks done, you get a super strain invitation, which basically would allow you to, which is what they call the paper ability, by the way, which basically would allow you to choose any agent you want, be it Kokona, the sniper, be it Baimo, the shotgun person. God, I hate Baimo so much. Please don't choose Baimo. For the right of everybody, don't choose Baimo. But you could basically choose any person you want, any character, and you could unlock them. It's pretty nice, and earning rewards like that, but just simply playing as a character in trials and stuff and just grinding the game in general, you could get stuff for free, and it was nice. It was really fun. My overall general opinion, the game is honestly fun, and again, as I mentioned, I feel bummed, I don't know if I mentioned how I feel bummed, but you can kind of sense that I do. I feel bummed that it's not talked about more and there's not as many players, because with the issue that there's so little players is sometimes the loading times can be rather long, sometimes it can be quick depending on when you're playing. I like to play later in the night, especially when I was working, and when I'm not working and stuff, I play later in the night instead of earlier in the day, just because earlier in the day I'm doing stuff like with my parents, whatnot. And so for me, I like playing later in the night, and having a lower player count means there's harder times to get into the lobby, which kind of sucks. And that's honestly why I decided to make this video, to try and reach more people and try to kind of promote the game, because I'm not sponsored or anything, but I'm genuinely enjoy the game, and I think more people should play it because it's a genuinely enjoyable game. Of course, that's not meaning a force. I'm not going to hold a gun to your head and say do it, but still, it's like, maybe check it out. Albeit the chat could actually use more frequent moderation and filtering, it's still pretty rough, especially when people are spamming that, because although it doesn't affect gameplay and it's not really that big of a deal, it's a little bit annoying to just see, and it's like kind of spoils the day a little bit. It's like, oh really, somebody has to be that annoying? Some kid has to do that? But I firmly believe the game is fun and deserves a bit more player than it has. I'm not saying it has to like blow up to Overwatch popularity or Marvel Rivals popularity, but if I could get a little bit more players playing so I could get loaded into the lobby easier, that's the whole reason I'm making this video. Well, that's it for this video. I plan to make more game reviews like this where I talk about this, while I'm also planning to start a new Minecraft series, a Bedrock series actually, because they did a lot of updates to Bedrock and I'm thinking of doing a survival series on that. So if you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing to support me further. Of course that helps out a lot, and I'll maybe do some more game reviews about this. I have one planned for maybe Fortnite. I have it in my mind as I was doing this, so maybe we'll see that soon. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. See ya.